going to be in the string,
Okay, what else?
and it's going to have vibrato.
Awesome. What else?
And I'm going to breathe.
Awesome. One more
What
thing.
was the last one?
She's gonna breathe.
I'm gonna check these off if I see them.
One more. Is the stroke
Oh.
or staccato?
What? Wait.
That just gave it away.
Well, she didn't hear me.
Clearly.
Yeah, but
With the elbow, not the shoulder. Oh,
yeah,
okay, that's
it's what kind of stroke?
pretty
Particular. Yeah, but quality of the stroke is
understood.
also starts with L.
Oh, legato.
Thank you.
Praise, praise.
It's like charades.
You know, just I want it all to be right there under my. That's all.
I have my list.
Would you like to start again?
Yes.
Cool. But you gotta be like Caitlin. Caitlin, was, the official term was louder. So, because my confidence, my soloistic, those words did nothing.
No, they did.
A little bit, but if I'm right
So,
here, it's
but
fine.
I want louder. I want 2 inches more bow on every stroke now that you're warmed up. Okay, cool. Make a comment, please. What do you think? Okay, you guys, when I call on you, please look shocked. Okay, you know this is a studio class. When the same people start making comments week after week after week, I'm really happy. But I want the others of you, and I will eventually call. You guys need to learn how to articulate your comments. I know everyone in here has something wonderful to offer. Whether it's, I thought you improved a lot since I've heard you play. That's always a good standard one. I mean, honestly, if you can't really think of anything constructive, or if you think they've gotten worse, you know, I remember your last performance being better. I mean, but hopefully you'll have something to back it up because you didn't use as much bow or whatever. But I'm serious, you guys are, whether you're a music kid or whether you're going to perform, you're always going to teach, you know? Somebody, your stand partner, your colleague, a student to earn extra money. So we need to learn how to open our mouths and say positive, constructive criticism. So, Ji-san.
Nice tone, and I just found she struggled her bow grip. She's confused. I mean, she is not sure how to hold. I mean,
What would you suggest to improve the bow hold? What would you suggest?
it was much better than the last time, but she still struggled. Which position is quite work for her. So it's watching.
Okay.
But it was good.
Okay, Alex.
Thought you had pretty good intonation, but again, the whole confidence thing, you know, just don't be afraid to play out a little more. And then something I'm working on with Beth a lot is trying to connect phrases to make everything flow a little better. It just sounded a little like cut up. Just trying to connect them together.
Sebastian.
Yeah, also I thought you've gotten a lot better from the very first time you played in studio class, and it really it made a lot of difference. But I see your bow is, I guess, a little, your fingers are, at least from what I can see from my angle, they're always
A little too pronated or a little too extended, yeah.
And then, I guess, musically, like, you can play the piece, but it just starts to sound a little like an etude. Like, just try to make it musical, just think something, and it'll come
Think
across.
something. Yeah, I'm going to tell it to you guys. You guys, can you please think something?
I mean, if you just think something musically, it'll...
This is why we need to have practice speaking articulately in class. Yeah. Oh, now everybody's raising their hand. Play.
Okay. One thing that Dr. Gerling had me think about was when you play, you think about the bow kind of being like into the string or under the string, like the hair. I mean, so that way you have more of a core sound. You sound more confident whether you are or not, and because you're playing into the string, and then you want to have the like kind of the bouncy bow feeling in the long held out notes. Just think about playing more into the string, basically.
Yeah, the one thing I thought about you is that something that I have to work on still too, and I have to remind myself that in my practice room, I cannot practice hesitation or fear. And with you, I sense from your very first note, you're like, oh my God, I'm playing, like this is really scary. And you start, the hesitation starts to come in, and even that first high note, I could see it in your face before you even got to the note that you didn't think you were going to hit it, and you didn't. So for you, and I still have to do it all the time, even in my lessons, you just have to go for it at home, so that when you do come in front of us, you've been going for it at home, and you're not scared to do it at home. I do it all the time. Like I'll be scared to play my scales for myself because they can be intimidating. So for you, you have to be comfortable enough at home, so then when you come here, the hesitation and the fear isn't just exposed, you know? And so that's one thing that I've been trying to work on, but I think could really help you too, because it's not just something you just, I don't know what happened, like, I just was so hesitant. No, it's something you're doing at home, but just to be more aware of it, I think it'd really help. And then you can play the piece like you want to play and that you know you can play, and show everyone that you can, you know, get into the string and things like that, because from the first note, you'll feel more confident. So I think that'll help a lot.
So, do me a favor, just the opening line,
Mhm.
I want you to go like, I'm curious what is like over the top for Sarah Cass. I'm curious like, you know, if you started broadly on the first 3 notes and then eventually got into a tempo, and I asked you to use a lot more bow and go over the top with into the string with sound, I'd like to know what that sounds like.
Okay. So like the first 3 notes don't have to be.
No.
above?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was
Wow.
over the top? That's normal. Oh, I got an O. I said that's over the top? That was normal, okay? And I got an O. So what does that mean? Does that seem like way extreme?
Not really.
Well, then do it again. I want you to remember what you're
Even
doing. I
more.
want you to learn the sound. Does it sound loud under the ear? Does it sound soft? Remember the sound, remember the feel, and then go after that every single time, like Lacey said in the practice room. Go after, match that same sound you just got now, and match that same physical gesture. Again, I'd even like more personally. Set with the fingers, prepare, move with the arm. Excellent. And last thing before you sit down, it's much better. Okay, so somebody already circled it. This is the first note you're going to, right? I don't want to do it in pen, but in a sense, that's where you're going. Then you regroup,
Yeah.
then you go to this A, right? So what I'm looking for,
Arrivals.
yeah, but also how you get to the arrival so it doesn't sound like an etude. There's this. You've got to have the direction, yeah, going through your notes to those arrivals. Add that to what you're doing, and then we'll let you sit down in peace. Okay. Yeah, that actually was going somewhere. You lost a little bit of that amazing tone. Can we do it one last time and see if you can refine that tone that you had and do the arrivals? You know me, you've learned by now. I went it all like last week or something, so see if you can do both. Grab with the fingers and pull. Yeah, sorry. Sarah, if we're talking about going over the top, your physical gesture
Okay.
is so not going over the top. I'm like, you know, real slow. I want to see that gesture, that it's forte, that it's like diva mode, that it's a solo. Yeah, I want to be able to tell even before you play that first note. I couldn't tell that from your gesture. Okay, so those are the things that I'd like to see you incorporate before our jury run through. Now that you go to the arrival notes, the next step then is not making a stop after the arrival notes. You actually need to go through them. But much better. Keep working towards that, okay? Go over the top. Thank you, Sarah.